I managed to write, and I'm making progress this week, much more significantly in the last few episodes. Now let's see if I can keep it up. This week involved a fair bit of slogging along on techniques I've already been working on. Usually, without novelty, the ADHD brain will try and think of something else to focus on. But strangely, it seems with this, the opposite's what's happening. So, I've had success, but the question is why? What do I owe this success to? And it's primarily to two things. First, this timer set for 25 minutes, and I absolutely nailed that on the first try just to indicate how many times I've done that this week. Not the most pleasant noise. Yeah, the other thing is Kate Cavanaugh, a AuthorTube YouTuber, and I'll get into that in a few minutes. The other one is Kate Cavanaugh, an AuthorTuber, who, I'll get into how she helped in a minute. I suppose it's only fair that I link her channel down below. So, what happened? Monday, not all that much. Messaged the doctors and tried to work. Didn't get a response back immediately, but that's because I use an app to get in contact with the GP service. Tuesday, heard back, had a conversation, going to a specialist. So, hopefully, long term, I can have some more assistance working on this. And then Wednesday happened, and after a bunch of false starts and struggles, managed to write a little bit before work started, and finally managed to do a real solid lump of work over my lunch break. And I thought progress was okay between that and the little I'd been managing to write one sentence here or there. It felt like it was progress, like I've been saying. I had about 1,000 words thus far, which for 3 days' work is not great, but still something. And then something unexpected happened. I was working away and got distracted. Often happens. Blindly opened up YouTube on my phone. Often happens. Kate Cavanaugh was doing a 3-hour write-along. It had started around 2 hours prior to that, but I gave it a look, and 10 minutes left of the current sprint. So I started writing. It's strange. I've said how much I love writing, but at that moment it was almost like I was waiting for the excuse to actually do it. I was looking for someone else to just nudge me towards it, which is obviously what this is all about, getting that nudge from somewhere. Bloody hell, it works a treat. Someone else setting up the timer. It was more effective than this had been, but her doing that a few times and sort of a sense of community of being written along with. Soon I'd written another 1,500 words, and since then, every day, that has been more effective. I've managed to write 2,000 words each day since then. Not yet today, but that's what's going to happen straight after this is finished recording. And the quality of it's not awful either. Like, normally when you're just writing to get words on the page, it's all about numbers. But I've gone back to handwriting, which you'll see my handwriting in the title card. That is actually from this book, this story. Oh man, that's got to click all over with the focus. Neat. Okay. And that is what I use for the title card, and that is also what I'm working on as my current story. Because handwriting is so much slower, it allows me to think through what I'm going to put before it comes out on page. So my previous attempt at a novel, even when I was editing through, I was thinking less than I feel I am with this. At least when I was rewriting sections of it. Obviously, the whole editing process is as slow and laborious one. But it feels like if I do handwriting, that process might be a little bit easier because I'll have put a little bit more thought into the earlier stage. I'll admit I've got less to say this time. There's less to learn from success than from failure. However, there's still plenty to learn from. So what I'm going to do is keep it up, check how it's going, and then by next week I'll have a sample size large enough to actually break down what is working, what isn't, and yeah, improve with this. There's a few ideas I'm bouncing about, like maybe doing regular streams for write-alongs on days where I have the time or can carve out a couple of hours to devote to it. And yeah, I feel fantastic. I've had some islands of clarity with my head before this week, but I cannot remember the last time I was able to actually focus several times and, with the 5 minutes of distraction I'm allowing myself between, I'm effectively focusing for a couple of hours a day, which is a miraculous level of improvement. And this channel is helping. Knowing I have to check in even without anyone viewing them, it means I have to keep thinking about writing, and I don't need to do lots, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but I should still be doing something. Having it to mentally come back to, a reminder of what I need to do, is really handy, really helpful. Yeah, there'll be more information next week, I think. At least more feedback and more of a dialogue about what's going on that I'll be able to have with myself. Now, I just need to see if I can use the pomodoro technique to tidy my room. I've tried, but for some reason doesn't seem to want to work for that. So I guess that's it for this week. Until next time, catch you later, Dragon Slayer.